What's going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Vikings made a couple of rooster moves ahead of the showdown against the Washington Commanders, the Commies, tomorrow, historic U.S. Bank Stadium. Notably, the Vikings have signed Jumpin' John Wolford, the practice squad quarterback, from the practice squad to the active rooster. Dwight McGlothern, cornerback, as well as defensive lineman Taimani, also elevated to the active roster from the practice squad for tomorrow. Ty Chandler has been downgraded out. Now, Ty Chandler is in the midst of his 21-day return to practice window, and even though he was full participant Thursday, Friday, going to give it another week to elevate him from injured reserve. And now for Wolford. So Wolford had some crossover with Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips during the time with the Rams. Wolford's started a spate of games over his career, including one playoff game. And overall, it's like, is he like an impressive veteran? Probably not. Is he more of a warm body to fill up the rooster? Sure. But also, it's going to be interesting because they elevated him from the practice squad to the 53 so that they can have him as an emergency third, or not rather have him have a emergency third quarterback, because they changed the rules where the emergency third quarterback does not count against a game day 47-48, but he has to be on the 53. You can't just elevate someone from the practice squad. Now, confusingly enough, you can elevate a quarterback from the practice squad to be your quarterback too, but you can't have two other quarterbacks in the right. But the question is going to be, who's going to be the backup? J.J. McCarthy is obviously going to start on Sunday, but Brosho or John Wolford? I think that it would be Brosmer as quarterback too. They trust him being a snap away all season long. The Seattle game notwithstanding, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Then you had with John Wolford too. So I'm not the only one who sees this, right? Like Barry K1, Masters of the Air, Peaky Blinders, he's the Joker. No? All right, maybe not. Anyways, Taimani, nose tackle, undrafted free agent last year from Oregon/Washington, made the Vikings rooster, played in 7 games last year, had 3 tackles. This is going to be his first action of the season. It does make sense with Levi Draco-Rodriguez out with a neck injury, so he'll be added to the mix. Also, Vikings could potentially look to play a little bit heavier against the Washington offensive line, as well as their solid run game with Bill, as well as Rodriguez. So that makes sense there. Dwight McGlothern. I love Nudie, man. Nudie's fantastic. Was on the Vikings 53 UDFA last season. Was on the 53 all last year. Started out this season on the 53. Got reduced to the practice squad. Now being elevated. This will be his 9th game in participation. Has had a couple of defensive snaps here or there, as well as he played a lot of special teams as well. So that's absolutely good to see. But overall, also, it is noteworthy that Fabian Moreau has been the third corner, even over Dwight McGlothern during this time, with Rodgers and Murph as 1-2, but we'll see. Anyways, that's it. That's it. Vikings made a couple of rooster moves ahead of the game against the Commies tomorrow. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.